2 weeks earlier, Leon Harrison Jr. had made the same call he made every single night. Good night to his kids, right on schedule. Then, nothing. No calls, no texts, just silence. Police assumed he'd turn up. He always did. But when they searched the house where he was last seen, they didn't find him. They found a section of carpet, cut clean out of the bedroom floor, blood soaked straight through to the padding underneath. Someone in that house knew exactly what happened to him. And by the end of this video, you'll know who. Every night, without exception, Leon Harrison Jr. called his children before bed. It was a ritual that never broke, no matter where he was or what was happening in his life. Then, in February of 2017, the call stopped. No explanation, no warning, nothing. Days turned into a week, then 2. For a man who had built his entire relationship with his kids around that single nightly habit, the silence was impossible to ignore. Something had shifted in his world, and the people who loved him began to sense it long before anyone said the word missing out loud. Georgetown, South Carolina, is a place built on charm. Brick storefronts, a quiet waterfront, oak trees older than anyone can remember. It's the kind of small town where neighbors know each other's business, where news travels faster than official channels ever could. That familiarity usually works in a community's favor. In 2017, it worked against one family in particular, as private arguments, secret relationships, and buried resentments became the subject of conversation long before investigators had gathered a single piece of evidence. The town's closeness would end up shaping the entire early investigation. Those who knew Leon Harrison Jr. described him the same way, almost without variation. Easygoing, peaceful. Not a man who looked for conflict. He worked construction, helping build bridges along the highway, and split his time between 2 households, the mother of his children, and a relationship he was pursuing outside of his marriage. He was 32, a father of 2, and by every account devoted to them above everything else. That devotion is what made his sudden, total silence so alarming to the people closest to him. On a Saturday in March of 2017, Brittany Green walked into the Georgetown Police Department and reported J.R. missing. She hadn't heard from him since February 25th. No calls, no texts, nothing. He had lost phones before and gone quiet for days at a time, but never like this. Never 2 full weeks. Investigators began quietly reaching out to people in his life, trying to trace his last movements. They wouldn't have to search far. Within hours of that report being filed, something had already surfaced just outside of town that would change the direction of the case entirely. That same afternoon, a body was spotted floating in the Black River. Deputies called in Georgetown police once it became clear the man matched Leon Harrison Jr. in age, build, and description. Decomposition made a visual identification impossible, and it would take days to confirm his identity through other means. What investigators could see immediately was harder to process. His hands and ankles had been bound, wrapped repeatedly in wiring believed to have come from a set of speakers. This wasn't an accident. This was deliberate. The case was classified as a homicide before his name was even confirmed. J.R. had married Taish Rue in 2014, but the marriage had unraveled over infidelity on both sides. They separated, yet neither could fully let go, drifting in and out of each other's lives, even while seeing other people. On the night of February 25th, after finishing a work shift, Taish argued with J.R. in the backyard of her family's home. She later admitted to grabbing his phone during the fight, though she downplayed how heated things became. By her account, J.R. walked away afterward. She said she never heard from him again. While separated from his wife, J.R. had been seeing a woman named Rosario. That same night, her phone rang repeatedly from J.R.'s number, but it wasn't him on the line. It was Taish, furious and confrontational. Then came texts. sent from JR's phone, coldly ending the relationship. Rosario didn't believe he had written them. She noticed something small but telling. The punctuation didn't match how he normally texted. She tried reaching him for days afterward. Every call went straight to voicemail, as if the phone, and the man attached to it, had simply ceased to exist. A third figure kept surfacing in early interviews. Taish's brother, Alex Rue Jr. Nearly everyone who knew both men said the same thing. Everyone got along with Jr. except Alex. One relative recalled an earlier confrontation involving a machete. Alex's father insisted the two had reconciled before JR disappeared. But when detectives spoke to Alex himself, his account was fast, rambling, and full of unprompted explanations. He claimed JR often vanished for days at a time and downplayed his sister's reaction to the disappearance, even as he described her as inconsolable. Days later, investigators searched the home on High Market Street. In the bedroom Taish once shared with JR, a section of carpet had been cut away and hidden beneath a rug and blanket, the padding underneath stained with blood. A second cut section was found behind a stack of boxes. Blood had soaked through the mattress into the box spring, and chemical testing revealed transfer stains leading from the bedroom, through the hallway, into the kitchen. Taish offered explanations for each mark, but the pattern, carpet removed, blood spread across multiple rooms, told a harder story to explain away. The case took more than 4 years to reach trial. In October of 2021, a jury convicted Taish Rue and Alex Rue Jr. of murder and obstruction of justice, sentencing each to 37 years. Their father was acquitted of murder, but convicted of obstruction, receiving time already served plus probation. Surveillance footage had placed the siblings buying hydrogen peroxide at 1 a.m., and phone records showed all three going dark within the same hour that night. For JR's family, after 4 years of waiting, the verdict finally answered the question that had haunted them since February 25, 2017.